out of coffee. You know what that means. It's time to get up and cut something with a chainsaw. Chop something into little bits. Holy crap. Alright, let's do this. Welcome back to Ringworm. It's gonna be a nice day today. Above freezing. Snow's just disappearing. No more ice on the deck or anything. Well, today's a test day. Get some oatmeal in me and cut some trees. A good part of this property here is kind of unusable for building stuff because it has, I think this was logged, I don't know, I'm guessing somewhere 80 to 100 years ago. And the first growth trees are these big aspens, and they're all dying. They're enormous. Most every tree that's down out here is an aspen, so they're at the end of their life. I think generally this it's a quaking or trembling aspen. I think they usually live like 60 years or something. So these are the ones that are still standing are way past their lifespans. So a lot of what's out here, this property, is unbuildable unless you take down all these trees first, because I mean otherwise you're gonna get crushed. And it's a lot of trees, and they're really big. So, I mean, I could walk around and cut them down, but then, I mean, what do? I wouldn't even be able to walk around here. There'd be so many downed trees. So, I'm curious. I tried milling one of them last year just to see. I mean, they are nice and straight, but just to see how it would work. And the couple boards I took out, left out for a little while. As soon as they dried, they just got huge cracks in them. But I was doing a little reading online, and some people, I mean, there are pictures of people building houses, like framing their houses with this species of aspen. So it's not prized for its lumber. I'm going to take down, I'll probably just take down one big one that's not going to be in my way, take a chunk out of it. They're also really heavy compared to cedar. So I don't know how big a tree or logs, section of log I'm actually going to be able to pick up and put on the sawhorses. And it sucks to mill on the ground, to set all that up and, you know, basically sit on the log while you're milling for an hour. It's hard on the body. So I don't know, I'll have to see, kind of judge the size of the log I think I can move. But I'm gonna have some breakfast and then cut something down and try milling it. Oatmeal. So one of my original plans before even coming out here was to find a hillside and build a giant deck and make an outdoor kitchen. It's pretty clear this is where it should be, on this hillside here. That's camp there. You can see the lean-to. My tent's right over through there, you can almost see. So it'd be nice if you had to keep anything in the lean-to, just be able to walk out here to the kitchen, make a big L-shaped bar on it, picnic table on it, maybe roof half of it. In case it was raining, you could sit out here. So the only reason I haven't done it yet is all of these dead trees. This one's quite dead. So these are all the same. These are Quaking Aspen. If you look around out here, you can see why I haven't gotten into this project. So, I mean, they retain a little bit of life on the, you know, the tips of a couple branches, but overall these are not in good shape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You turn around here, 6, big 7, big 8 back there. I think there's 1 or 2 more that would land over here when they die. And these actually all have a lean right towards where I want to build that deck. So anyway, This is kind of a dominoes thing, you know, you figure out which one's gonna, you can fell the easiest towards an open space, and then you can fell the next one into that space, the next one. So I certainly want one with a straight enough trunk too, like this guy. This guy's got a pretty good straight section of about 30 or 40 feet. Yeah, see, so this one leans forward, and if I knock it down, it'll probably get hung up in that next one that leans forward into the next one that leans forward. So I think I'm gonna have to take down these three in reverse order to get to this one, although I could probably get some chunks. I only need one chunk, one like 10-foot chunk to try milling it and just see how it works, if it's even worth the time. So all right, let's go to the other end and chop one of these guys. All right, so this is 5 trees in a row. I have to come all the way down here, start first, but you can see the condition of these things. Look at those freaky dead limbs just hanging out there waiting to fall. So this one I think I can get to go right through this opening, and then actually that'll be just in a pile of nothing over there, so I only have to cut the chunk out of the trunk to get it off the trail here. It does pay not to make hasty assumptions on which way the tree's gonna fall. Just take one quick look from one side and think you know, and start cutting and it wants to go a different way. Yeah, I think that wants to go back there. Look at that stuff. That's a sharp axe too. That's like a razor. Wow. We better try that one more time. There it goes. Wow. That is crazy. That is really weird. And then when it does go in, it just splits. Huh. Yeah, this tree, the bark still looked pretty good, pretty healthy, but you can see they're not. Also see where you can just barely drive the axe in, it just splits. So I don't know, I guess I'll cut this crook out of here because I got to move it anyway, see what the wood looks like up there, and then decide if it's worth taking a chunk out and trying to mill it. Man, that's a bummer. Well, it appears to be junk. All right, I'll just get the rounds out of here. I'm gonna end up with stacked crap wood rounds all over the place. You guys got any idea what I can make with them? Just like this. It's got to be something. Here's the first one, and then going right up the line. A lot of times that disappears as you go further up the tree, you know, because the base is older. So look all the way up here, still junk. That's the straight section right there, so I'm not going to get anything out of that. All right, move these rounds and cut the next one down. Holy crap, these are heavy. Check out the pileated woodpecker holes. Those guys, man, they can drill in there. It's a wonder they don't get brain damage. I just noticed some more in this cedar. I think all coyotes are out of their minds. Nothing's that exciting. Nothing. Not even a mushroom Swiss cheeseburger. Well, all right, next one. This one's kind of a freebie. Got a lot of open space and an enormous lean to it. You see this one too. Center of it's going. Not too bad. This is a good example of what's going on inside these trees. That just broke when it hit the ground. That's why they can't stay up. You get like one limb left alive. Which, check it, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So all those trees up there, this was in the springtime, this would have leaves on it. It's got buds. So would you say, is that tree alive? I don't know. I guess it is if it's got buds, but it's some sickly stuff. And all the rest of these big suckers are just waiting to kill me. It's a good opportunity just to clear this area while I'm in the mood. But look at this. It's a lightning strike. See it twist all the way down the tree. See some blackened wood in there. A real old one. I'm gonna go ahead and move my solar lamp. It's frozen in there. Well, I guess we'll leave that part of it. Well, this is going to be a video of milling junk lumber to see how it comes out, but if I don't find anything, then I guess this is just what Ryan does in a day video. Hope you enjoy. This guy's a little bit, kind of the mass is right over the center, so I have to pound some wedges, but it would normally get hung up in those, where'd they go? Yeah, these two trees here, but I think it's got so much mass and it'll have so much speed, I think it'll just explode before it gets hung up there. So hopefully, I got my little pin from my solar light here, which the solar light was $1 total. So what's the value of that? I don't know, but I don't want that ruined, so let's see if we can get it to fall right here. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, right, Ryan. For a guy that has as few skills as you, good luck. That's how I feel too. So here's the thing. I aimed it just right, I swear. And one of the branches caught the tree and rolled. So it pounded in my peg a little bit. Bounced off of here and rolled to there. So that's kind of cheating. I guess my 7-cent piece of home lighting equipment is still there. This one's not as bad as the other, so I wonder if we go up, just start cutting rounds out of it and see if I hit anything that's not junk. I'm afraid this lightning strike goes halfway through. You guys bored by all this? God, I would be. It was horrible. I mean, I'm having a good time, but I just don't get any sense of, is this fun to watch? Probably not. We'll keep doing it though. Why not? Just decided to do a little test here. Try ripping a board out of that just to see what it looks like. Maybe just slice it through the middle. Well, it's cool looking. It's really pretty. But there's the lightning strike. Huh. It's actually it's not super soft. I mean, you wouldn't want to build really anything out of it, but anyway, just interesting to see what's inside of there. All right, this guy's next. So check it. It's officially summer. I'm just friggin' sweating my butt off. And then I realized, oh yeah, I guess if you're that hot, you could take your insulated bibs off. I know you probably don't even recognize me now, right? So I'm not wearing my all black knockoff Carhartts. Just jeans, and got my leather boots out. This is great. Balmy, a balmy 34 degrees today. Sometimes it works out all right, because that tree looks perfectly healthy. That cedar, man, so many not healthy trees out here. Gnarly stuff. Center of it's getting rotty. I just had a thought about this video. A lot of people have commented. I asked in another video if you wanted to see this daily stuff or if you just wanted to see the big project videos, and the vast majority of the videos I put out are just one big stupid build project. But anyway, several people said, yeah, they did want to see the daily videos, so maybe I'll make this as long as the rest. Normally I cut out about 90% of the video that I take, but I'll just put it in and you guys let me know if it's something you want to watch. I guess I'll know by I kind of look at the thumbs up, thumbs down ratio too to see if people are into it. You know, I'll just use that kind of as a gauge if you guys want to see this stuff. The stuff I do on days that I'm not building ridiculous stuff, then I'll keep making these. And actually, I can put out a lot more of these than I can the build videos. I could do those about once every 2 weeks or so. But yeah, let me know. Leave a comment if you like this. I'll keep making them. I can make a lot more. It's pretty consistent. Check that one out. That's some weird stuff, huh? Well, I got that tree moved and out of the way off the trail, stacked up. So to fill this up anyway, so I'm just gonna grab a little lunch, see what kind of crap protein-ish food I got in my cooler here, and I think I'm gonna get all those down today, since none of them have really gotten hung up too badly yet. That's kind of cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all that wood. Leave it until I find some strapping young lass to come and help move all that crap around. And food does not last long out here in your stomach. Not a bad lunch. Got some old rib meat, not old, on flatbread. mandarin oranges, big Newtons, and of course, it's going to need a lot of hot sauce. It's so warm today. I actually brought this chair out for the first time in about 3 or 4 months. Usually I eat while I'm standing up and doing stuff. I suppose I could even use the picnic table, but we'll save that for another month. This is good. Holy crap, I was wrong. It is not summer. I made it about 3.5 minutes sitting down. Now I'm chilled. Gotta just peg it down and get back to cutting. This is every day. Every day is like this. Although I don't sit down, so I usually don't get cold, but there's no time to chill out and rest. I'm gonna try to get it to go through here. If it'll turn, we'll see. Hopefully it'll wedge over, otherwise it's just gonna fall into that other tree, and I don't know, it's not really anything else I can do about it. It's gotta come down, it's dead. If you're wondering why I leave the stumps like this, there's a couple more things I want to build out here. And rather than cutting these down to the ground and then building a foundation underneath it, and maybe even setting it on a root, makes more sense to me to just leave these standing here. I mean, you know, clearly the roots aren't going to last forever, but they're going to last as long as I want to be here playing on whatever I built. So that's why they're sticking up. Once I get things figured out where I want to build stuff out here, the deck or, you know, a couple other things, then I'll cut all the rest of them down just flush with the ground. Measured the legs on the sky deck to see what size lumber I need. The shortest anything I can use is 9 feet, and by there it's got a pretty good wiggle in it, but maybe if I turn the log the right way I can get a couple big fat boards out of it. You want to go a little extra heavy when you're 15 feet in the air, you know. Who knows? I mean, it looks like it'll work. I think it's going to be horrible to mill, but I bet I can get a couple of big fat chunks out of there. The question is there any human way I can lift that onto the sawhorses without building something? Need to build some ramps, roll it up there, use the four-wheeler winch or something. I bet I can't lift it. Oh man, that's gotta be 300 or 400 pounds. I think I'm just gonna mill it in half and then drag half over at a time. If I can actually get this. Oh my god, it's so heavy. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not looking forward to sitting on the log doing this, but it's the only option. Well, it looks like it's gonna snow and maybe rain for the next hour or two, so I'm gonna go take this opportunity to dry my boots out in the deer castle. I'm kind of chilled anyway, so that'd be nice. It's the only way I can really get myself to take a break ever, is if it's going to be nasty out here and I'm going to get soaked and ruin all the tools. So that's fine. Cold and wet, might as well take a little break. This is when it's handy to have this. Then I don't have to put all my tools away. Yeah, I'll was thinking about just knocking this thing down, but it's a little bit too handy. Yeah, I'm always so excited when I get up to just do a bunch of random crap that sounds fun, and then if it happens to snow or rain or blow really hard or something, I get really excited to take a break too, which is kind of awesome. And oh, what do you know? This is going to be the sky deck, which will be in a later video. My tree stand and topped off these trees. There's going to be a 15-foot high deck up here. Just like lay on at night, and I might trim a couple more trees through here. I'm going to be able to look straight up and check out the stars. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard years ago that mosquitoes don't go higher than like 9 feet or something. Is that true? They don't go higher. I know there's some upper limit. There's no reason for them to go, 100 feet up, because there's nobody to eat there. The boot drying station. The cool thing about right now is it's right at freezing. So this thing, even with that heater on high, if you leave it on high for an hour or two and the wood warms up a little bit, you can't get it more than maybe 30 to 40 degrees above, maybe 40 degrees above whatever the outside temperature is, because there's no insulation or anything. And now when it's 35, that means you can get up to 75 in here, which is wild. In the winter, be able to I usually sit in here, take my boots off, have to wear slippers or keep rubbing my feet and leave all my snow clothes on, but right now I should be able to peel this stuff off in a few minutes. Oh man, I wish I brought a pillow. I'd fold that thing down and take a nap. I think since I built this, I haven't been out here. I don't think I've been out here once during the day and just sat down. I just come out at night and use it to dry my boots by that thing for a little bit, then run back, eat dinner, and go to bed. So this will be kind of a treat. Look at them steam. Oh, yeah. I am toasty and sleepy. Man, I'm crashing hard. This is not a good idea in the middle of the day. I just checked the radar and we're right on the edge of the band of snow, so looks like the next 5 or 10 minutes it'll let off, so I'll probably pack up and go try milling that log up. Super interested to see how that works. All right, back at it. Just gonna throw that, I think I only have one sharp milling chain, but I think one is gonna be enough to know if this is even gonna work. We're gonna have to go mark out the log and see how many of what we can get out of it before I make a cut, because I'd like to just cut it in half and then bring both halves up and set them on the sawhorses, but then I might not get exactly the right thicknesses out of it, so better go measure it out real quick. So I just figured that here's the center. This piece has a split, so I think this center is not going to be any good. So basically went 1 inch on either side, so that'll be a 2 by something out of there, and if it breaks there, at least I could still get a piece here and a piece here out of it used for something. So I'm going to cut at the top of that middle 2 by, which would be right there, and then that'll leave me room to get one more big fat one up here. get some of that off anyway. I should be pretty close. Let her rip, see what happens. It's actually cutting great. I mean, it's a freshly sharpened chain, so cool. It's sliding right through. I think when I did this before, I don't think I took any of the bark off. I think that makes an enormous difference. Cut like any other piece of cedar. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but that wasn't it. It's pretty. Yeah, nice looking. Well, whatever. I don't think I can, still can't move this, so I'm gonna cut one more board out of this. Just take a 2x out of it, and then hopefully I can pick up the rest of it and get it over there on the sawhorses. Nope, not gonna work. All that for naught. As it dries out, all this stuff is just gonna crack and fall apart. As I think of it, I'm just gonna finish milling this log. I'm positive it's not gonna come to anything, but I'm gonna mill it all. They're nice thick slabs. Set it aside, and then we'll know once and for all that these aren't worth screwing with. You know, you do this and you're like, oh, it's one split, maybe, you know, a different slab would have been okay, where it's not across the grain, you don't have that straight grain vertical through the board. But if I do the whole thing, we'll know once and for all that it's junk wood and not to be touched. That is more reasonable. A more reasonable way to work. I mean, it's splitting lengthwise, so, you know, I guess I could still just use this for decking. It doesn't last like, I like making all the decks out of cedar because I got a lot of it here, but also because it lasts a long time, and I don't, you know, clearly, I don't do anything for the longevity of my projects. I'm not gonna go buy Thompson's water seal or anything. I just let them sit like they are, and this will certainly rot a lot faster than the cedar will. But you know, who cares? If I put it on there and in 4 years it starts getting soft, I'll rip it off and put another board down. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go cut down an extra tree right now for something I may never use. Know what I mean? We all on the same page here? Good. They get pretty skinny in the middle there, but I mean that's still a 10-inch. You just rip a little off here and a little off here. It's like an 8-inch board anyway. All right, fair enough. All right, fine. That one might get used. So, looks like I try to get 1 or 2 out of that big honker over there too. Anybody gonna step up and drag that for me? No? Okay, I'll get it. Frankly, this is bull. You just sit there sipping your mochaccino and I gotta do all the work. Oh, I should have got the four-wheeler. How did I get to be this dumb? All right, 2 floorboards it is. No more beams. Not gonna have any of that. Ow. Oh. Smashed my finger a while back and it just stuck to the glove. All right. Neosporin. These gloves have been sitting in the lean-to for 6 months just rotting, so probably gonna lose my finger now. Now, I'll have you know something. I'm a guy that tends to go through a lot of band-aids, and I've been out here doing this for a year. This is the first band-aid I've used. Isn't that crazy? It's probably just because I wear gloves all the time. Wow, it's almost 7 o'clock. Oh, I love this. Days are getting long already. That's why I'm so hungry. I mean, I'm always hungry, but extra hungry. You know what? I said this was going to be a 1-day video. I'm done. We'll stretch this out. We'll make this a 24-hour video. I'll finish milling these up first thing in the morning. Show you what they look like all laid out. Okay, peace. Woo, man, it was a nice night. Warm, quiet. Woke up to the coyotes, like, had to be within 100 feet of the tent. Yipping and yapping and doing what they do best. Suckers are loud, and they seem to be having a really good time. I'm gonna rip these last 2 boards off and be done with this thing. I don't know if I'll use them. Let's just see how it goes. And we got right down to the bark there. It's about 1/4 of an inch left. You can see that's actually bark all the way out to here, so you know it's not gonna make a giant board, but whatever, it'll work. Oh, there we have it. That's one big chunk of quaking aspen, trembling aspen, whatever you want to call it. I think it's tremuloides, I think is the species. I think it's also quite similar to big tooth aspen in the grain structure of the wood. So take it or leave it. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth doing that or not. I guess if I get some more real clear pieces, I might use them as floorboards. I don't think I'll use them for anything structural. So these are 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and then this was the 2-inch that came right out of the center. You can still see my marks there. So that was that centerpiece that I was thinking would probably end up cracking. So I assume that this is going to split just about right down the middle, even the sides too. You can see this is that original split, and that's only going to get substantially worse as the days go by. I think it's already, just since yesterday, I think it's already split more. I can see it going down here. So I'd say the center cut is trash firewood, now that I think of it. You know, these end pieces, the grain is kind of an arc there. If anything split, I suppose it could split out a piece this way. You might get a core that comes out of it or something, but I think for a floorboard that'll be fine. So yeah, probably these closest to the outside pieces will be the most useful. Well, that's about it for one day. That's what one day, a pretty standard day of living out here, what I do. Cut trees that are trying to kill me, make lumber to build random stuff, and consider all the other fun projects as soon as I have time that I'll get to. Yeah, like I said, if you're into this, leave a comment and let me know you want to see more of these. If not, if I don't hear much, then I'll just go back to doing the big build videos. If you want to subscribe or see more, hopefully the next video in the next week or two, I'll have the sky deck done, so you can see that going together. That's pretty fun and sketchy to be on a tree stand, deer hunting tree stand, and topping trees. I was all roped in and reasonably safe. It was still kind of a ride, so I'm looking forward to having that done, being able to lay up 15 feet up and stare at the stars on a clear night. So thanks for watching. See you next time.